No, I'd rather go there by daylight. No, I don't think trudging through the swamp in the night is a good idea. I've no idea where that path leads. Before I get myself lost in the... Maybe Ralph is in his shack again. Ralph?
He isn't here!
It's me, Darren. I rescued you from the cellar. I once gave you a flute by the ruin. Do you remember?
Yes, Darren! But I broke it. I didn't mean to.
Tell me, Ralph, have you ever come across the White Lady?
I know lots of white ladies and men. They've got overalls on. They have needles and knives. They stab with them. They're evil.
And here in the woods, are there white ladies here too?
One, yes. She runs around here looking for someone. But she won't find Mr. Bubby. I hide him.
How you doing, Ralph?
Mr. Bubby has lost an eye.
How long were you locked in the cellar?
100 years.
I'll leave Ralph in peace for a bit. This is Sally's grave. She was murdered. Hello, Father.
Welcome back, Adrian.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
The correct translation is, see the Lamb of God that... Hello? No one there. Should I happen to need it. It would seem she doesn't want to be bothered at this time of day. The museum is already closed at this time of day. No matter how big my problems are, if I walk through this... finished. The bottle is now full of water, but I wouldn't drink it. The bottle's been filled with water, but it's maybe not suitable for drinking. I better not go in there right now. I don't want to disturb. The shop's already closed. Not going back there, volunteer. Constable Zach seems okay. Night shift?
Hmm.
Do you know the story of the Gordon brothers, Marcus and Mordred?
No, but I know the story of Tom and Bobby, and that's enough for me.
Okay. Perhaps you should have a look at the abandoned house. I think there are some strange things going on there.
I see. What kind of things?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think people are tortured there.
Okay. What else would people do in an abandoned house in the woods?
Why does no one take me seriously here?
You want me to read your statement out to you again? Bloody rituals, ancient curses, a mysterious order, and a murderous twin sister.
Never mind. Forget it. Goodbye, Constable. I'll just leave him in peace for now. There are some steps below them.
Mr. Michaels, have you had a pleasant day?
Mr. Michaels? Why aren't you calling me Mr. Fire Fiend? I know you like calling me that. I also know you're having me watched. That you set a perverted gun nut onto me who has a whole load of corpses in his cellar?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Michaels. Are you not feeling well? You seem a little tense.
You will be too, very soon. Unfortunately, I found a letter that proves everything, written in your handwriting, to a certain Phil. He'll be sitting pretty in the slammer very soon if I take this to the police.
Very well, Mr. Michaels. I too can do something. As you will have already ascertained from this letter, I am in possession of some photos that are extremely damaging for you, for which I have paid a large sum of money. Do you want to know what they show?
What could they show? I'm totally innocent.
You, Mr. Michaels, are on them. you can be seen running from the burning castle. Had you not put on record that you were nowhere near the castle on the day of the fire? What would the judge have to say to that? I almost fear that would be your death sentence. And just imagine, I could even profit from it. Brave hotelier convicts arsonist. I've got you where I want you, Mr. Michaels.
You won't get away with it. I'll press charges against you for blackmail.
Of course you will. A pathetic lunatic from America comes to England, kills half a dozen people, and then accuses a respectable hotelier of blackmail? Wake up! You're up to your neck in it. Do what I tell you, and you'll stay alive at least.
We'll see who's gonna stay alive, you cretin!
Ah! God, oh, that burns. I wanted to kill him. I really wanted to kill him. And I had no scruples whatsoever. There was something liberating about it. Oh, what's wrong with me? This can't be me. First these visions, and now it's becoming real. It isn't good, Adrian. It really isn't good. The medication, I should take it more regularly. Okay, calm down. Now isn't the time to lose your nerve. Murray antagonized me, and yeah, that could easily flip me out. It's perfectly normal. Nothing unusual. It can happen to anyone. And it happens in the best of families. Jeez, no. This happens a heck of a lot in my family. It's the goddamn curse or whatever. These damn pills don't help either. Or do they? Ugh. I just don't know what to do anymore. Maybe Victoria could help me. She knows all about our family and this curse. But she doesn't believe me. But can you blame her? No. I'm starting to have doubts about me. Okay, slowly now. What should I do? If the guy goes to the police now, I've had it. These photos. I must find and destroy the photos. Then he won't have anything more on me. One problem less. I bet that thing infringes several personal rights. That doesn't seem to bother Murray at all. I bet that thing I don't want to burn that. I bet that thing infringes several personal rights. I bet that thing... A telephone. That may be my only chance of getting hold of the photos. I should hurry up with things here instead of wandering through the woods. I bet he's got the photos somewhere in his office. Probably from the time of the sanatorium, filled with nasty, poisonous stuff. Let's see. No, even worse. The thing's full of tins of skin cream. Active Lift Super Moist for the man over 40. Murray's secret anti-wrinkle stash. Either an ancient brand or a fake. Boxes and boxes full of plastic knives and murderer dolls. 1,000 tips to success, customers as a means to an end, tax savings for managers. Huh. The wall has 3 niches. There's a big steel cabinet in the middle one, and the other 2 are bookshelves. It's 3.5 meters from the corner to the place where the steel locker stands. Murray himself in oil. A real businessman. He's hung himself up in the office. Wow, that's a really ugly carpet. Probably a relic from Murray's old pawn shop. A telephone. Hundreds of plastic soul keys. I wonder if Murray miscalculated a bit there. Murray's plans for the future. I'd go for a Gordon theme park, a wild water slide with artificial blood instead of water, and you'll ride in a coffin. Murray's hotelier certificate. If that's authentic, then I really am Darren Michaels. Murray's hotelier certificate. Murray's baby in oil. I can't believe that Murray's just put the photos in the drawer, but I'd better check all the same. What have we got here? This is a user manual for the steel locker. Interesting. If you have forgotten your combination, the serial number is stamped on the rear panel. Write it down and telephone the following number: 01473/serial number plus the last 2 digits of your year of birth. An automated information desk will then tell you your combination. That's what I call service. Now I just need Murray's date of birth and the serial number. Murray's date of birth will probably be on here. There it is. 1942. Huh. He's quite an old-timer. The creep. If you have forgotten your combination, the serial number is stamped on the rear panel. Write it down. If I've got it right in my mind, the steel locker must be exactly behind this part of the wall. I'll remove the wallpaper. A brick wall. Looks very old and the mortar's crumbling. I could fill the roll with the gunpowder from the ammo. I've just got to open the cartridges first. I can use this to scratch out the mortar from between the bricks. That should do it. That's the back wall of the steel locker. And here's the serial number. 8528-173. That's the back wall of the... And here's the serial. Toolbox. It wasn't there yesterday. Is Murray doing the renovation himself? Whatever. I'll just help myself. Not too well organized. Pliers. They could come in handy later. Otherwise, just screws, nails, and fuses. Only a load of junk in it now. Some pliers. Very important. I can use the pliers to get the slug out of the cartridge. That way I'll make the thing harmless and get a charge of gunpowder at the same time. I'll fill the cardboard tube with the gunpowder. Just a shame that it always trickles out of the ends. The gunpowder is nicely saved in the cardboard roll. I've just got to come up with something to seal the ends. so it explodes in my hand? That is a mighty fine and certainly valuable item. What a stroke of luck. My hotel room is on the other side of the wall, just where Murray's steel cabinet is. What a stroke of luck. I'm not an arsonist. I bet that thing infringes several personal rights. All right then, let's see if it works.
The combination is 4 right, 8 left, 15 right, 16 left, 23 right, 42 left.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. A telephone. Ta-da! How about that? Various photos of different people. Denise and Spooner doing... Ugh. Oh, and here's one of Matt taking a leak on the police station. Is that why he was in the slammer? I'll get rid of all this crap the next chance I get. There's something else in the envelope. Bingo! Reliable photographic evidence. And it doesn't prove my guilt, but Angelina's. Caught in the act of arson. I gotta show this to Victoria right away. It'll convince her of my innocence. I just need to avoid running into Sister Antolini. She'd be sure to send me packing again. And Murray was just bluffing. There aren't any compromising photos of me. Murray's collection of blackmail material. That guy is so sick. And here, a page from the Willow Creek Daily from last year. What did he save that for? Perhaps because of the article about the robbery in an old people's home in Ipswich. Valuable objects, cash, and passports were stolen. Or perhaps Murray was interested in the article about Spooner's transfer to the provinces. It says here that a young cop from London will replace the well-loved Inspector Collier, who's retiring. Conrad Spooner led the investigation in a case which didn't exactly cover the London Police Service in glory. More on page 7. Is Spooner just the scapegoat, or did he really do a bad job? One thing's for sure, he won't be able to fill Inspector Collier's shoes so quickly. I guess he really doesn't like them either. Murray's collection of blackmail. Angelina doing her favorite things, murder and arson. Oh boy, guy was lucky that she didn't catch him taking these photos. That photo won't help me much with the police. You can't see Miss Valley's corpse. But perhaps I can use it to convince Victoria that I'm innocent? Perhaps I'll burn the evidence later. I don't want to burn that. I'm not an arsonist. There she is again. The white lady from the shack. What? Oh, she's coming closer. Oh, she's floating like a ghost. What if she is one? Keep calm, Darren. At least it would be better than one of those hellhounds. A friendly ghost is actually fine, particularly when it's so beautiful. Also, sad. Should I follow her? Into the realm of the dead, or what? Oh, whatever. I've still got a whole packet of Halo Paradox with me. If the whole thing gets a bit too crazy for me, I'll take one. Where's she gone now? Strange, I hardly let her out of my sight. The gate is open for me? I hope the ghost is some kind of angel. This isn't the gate to hell. The castle looks really threatening. It's certainly decorative. The scaffolding is just asking to be climbed on, but unfortunately, I can't see any open windows. Anyway, it would be impossible to climb on it quietly without being noticed. You can hardly see any signs of the fire on the west wing. It almost seems as though these old walls just didn't want to collapse. It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. It's certainly decorative. A huge skull above the door. Makes you feel right at home. Whatever's being mixed in here, it can't be cement. Otherwise there'd be a pile of sand nearby. I hope the construction guys know what they're doing. A pane of glass is missing, but it still works. A pane of glass is missing, but it still... A pane of glass is missing. It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. It's certainly decorative. The ladder is too short to reach the first floor. I should look for another way. The ladder is too short. A bit small for having a barbecue. But there's the garden for that. I wonder if there was ever a pretty maiden in this castle. To say it's dilapidated would be a serious understatement. Why do I constantly have the feeling that a big monkey is sitting up there throwing barrels at me? Here, it goes down a few meters, and then the large surrounding garden begins. The fitting description would be wilderness. It's certainly decorative, if you like having bold. It looks even older than the castle, if that's at all possible. There's even more garbage lying around here. There used to be fireworks in here, but it's still a few weeks to New Year's Eve. There's even more garbage lying around here. There used to, but it's still a few weeks to New Year's Eve. Not exactly what you'd expect from a castle garden. Looks like Lewis hadn't taken his job seriously for quite some time. Pretty tall, this greenhouse. It's more like an orangery, where lemon trees are housed over the winter. If I remember correctly, Victoria's in the castle, not in the greenhouse. If I remember correctly... Oh look, a wheelbarrow. Used to transport drunken workers. The kitchen looks like a real mess. Lewis must have started the blaze here. There's nothing left to eat here. The most I can hope for here is smoked meat. An empty pot. I'm guessing the guys here have heated up their lunch in it. I have no idea what I could do with a pot at the moment. I think I'll leave it here. An empty pot. I have no idea. It's an iron ceiling truss. Hopefully, they're supporting the unsound masonry. There's a candle. If I don't have a flashlight, I should at least take this with me. No crockery left in here. All gone in the fire, I guess. Click. Let there be light. A candlelight. Now only the dinner is missing. And a woman. Judging by the state of this door, it'll create a level of noise equivalent to a collapsing house when you open it. That would be much too loud. That would be much too loud. Don't step on a creaky floorboard. Damn, it'd be impossible to sneak past them unnoticed. I have to distract them somehow. An empty pot. I'm guessing the guys here. I have no idea what I can do. There's even more goblins. They used, but it's still a few weeks to New Year's Eve. The ladder is too short to reach the first floor. I should look for another way. There are people in the hall. Construction guys, I guess. I'd better go another way, otherwise Sister Antolini is sure to get wind that I'm in the castle. The ladder is too short to reach the first floor. There's even more garbage lying around here. I might be able to lure the construction guys out of the house for a moment with a firework like this. But these ones here are unusable. An empty pot. I'm guessing the guy's here. I have no idea what I could do with a pot at the moment. That would be much too loud. It's certainly decorative. The ladder is too short to reach. pane of glass is missing, but it still works. A pane of glass. The gate's open. Why should I ring the bell? An empty letterbox. An empty letterbox. If I remember correctly, An empty pot. I'm guessing I have no idea what I could do with it. Don't step on a creaky floorboard. An empty pot. I have no idea what I can do with a pot at the moment. The gunpowder is nicely saved in the cardboard roll. I've just got to come up with something to seal the ends. I can seal the cardboard roll with the wax, so the gunpowder doesn't trickle out. Now the gunpowder will stay inside. Just needs a fuse on it, and then I've got myself a firework. I'll stick the cigarette in one end of the cardboard roll. If you light the cigarette, it'll burn down and make the gunpowder explode. So now I've built my own firework. That should make a serious bang. It's too risky just to lure the workers into the kitchen. I have to get them out of the castle. The lamp is the perfect place to set off my fireworks. It's dry, and the construction guys are sure to notice a broken lamp. Okay, I've got about 2 minutes until this explodes. An empty pot. I have no idea what I could do. So, it's time. After all, I want to be in the front row when the show begins.
Whoa! What was that?
Sounded like a gunshot.
Damn, why aren't they going out?
Might have been a firework. I saw one of them spotted kids messing around on the wall again recently.
Have you seen what they've done to our scaffolding?
No. I've been on the facade since last week.
They've covered it in paint. Go and have a look. It's like a hippie ladder.
Little sods. Why are they hanging around here not in school? What's that about?
Steve, I've got an idea.
What kind of idea, Greg?
Why don't we stick their fireworks up their spotty bums and fly under the moon?
Yeah, why not?
Blast. I hope they don't actually catch up with those poor kids. Could turn ugly. I've got no time to waste. Victoria's room wasn't so far back. Damn.
What's all that noise? Greg, Steve, was that you? Hey, Greg, Steve, what the heck is going on here?
She's disappearing into the hall. Now full speed to Victoria. A small casket. Victoria probably keeps her jewelry in it. Is that supposed to be Victoria in her younger years? Victoria? Please wake up, Victoria.
What? Who? Adrian? What are you doing here? I told you, I don't want to see you again.
I'm sorry, but I gotta talk to you. I can prove I'm innocent. You can see Angelina here on this photo, Victoria, killing Miss Valley. Here, look at it.
Angelina? But why? I don't understand.
Angelina also gave the order to set the castle on fire. And she killed Sally, Catherine, and Lewis, all just because of Mordred's curse. She needed my blood, because only male Gordons are capable of activating Mordred's power. You knew about that, Victoria. Please don't tell me you didn't know.
But she was my little Angelina. How could she do something like that?
I was hoping you could tell me that. There's that order that followed me.
Miss Valley's order? A bunch of bunglers. They wanted to prevent something like what happened 12 years ago from happening again. But they've got no idea what they're fighting against. Most of them see it as an amusing diversion from their lives. Acting mysteriously and having secret meetings in silly frocks. Miss Valley was the only one who really knew what it was about. The original order has existed for hundreds of years. It keeps the secrets hidden. However, we supported Miss Valley financially. It was, after all, in our interest that you, Adrian, did not return to Black Mirror.
I see. I saw something strange there, and I don't know who else I could ask about it. This white lady, exactly the one in this painting, or very similar, I don't know. Either way, I saw her in the woods. She was running around like a ghost. But it wasn't a ghost, was it?
A white lady in the woods? Are you sure?
So it really was a ghost. Oh my God, I really am going crazy.
No. Calm down, Adrian. Everything's fine. Perhaps better than I dared to hope. Tell me more about the lady. What did she look like? What did she have on?
I didn't see her all that well. She had long white hair, she had a long dress on with a belt, some kind of coat of arms on it.
The woman you saw is Maria Gordon, Mordred's wife. She can find no peace, not for centuries. She wanders the woods of Black Mirror because she's searching for her child. Her child and Mordred's. I've seen her too.
You've seen her too? Then she really does exist.
We're in Black Mirror Castle, Adrian. Which reality are you talking about?
What happened to the child?
All right, what I'm about to tell you has never left these walls. And it would be good if it stayed that way. It's perhaps the oldest of our family stories, and also the most dreadful. You want to know what happened to the child? That's what Maria asks herself to this day. All we know is that Mordred took it away because he thought it wasn't his biological child. He thought Maria cheated on him with his brother, Marcus, and wanted to make her pay for that. What he did to the child remains a mystery until today. It was never seen again.
So Mordred's wife was unfaithful, and because of that he cursed everyone?
No, Maria wasn't unfaithful to Mordred. It was his hate that made him think something like that. Hate and jealousy towards his brother, even though the two of them fought many battles together, side by side. But that was before they came to Black Mirror. Something here changed Mordred, contaminated his heart. He mistrusted everyone. His soldiers, his wife, his brother, became more and more withdrawn, became arrogant. Finally, he looked at his own child and didn't recognize it. Thought he could see similarities with his brother in his face. He wanted to kill it, but no one knows if he did. One thing's for sure. He snatched it from Maria and took it into the catacombs under the castle. In her desperation, Maria called for Marcus, begged him for help. For Mordred, this was further evidence to support his suspicion. Marcus came, challenged Mordred to a duel, and killed him. But he didn't find the child, no matter how he searched. It was as though he'd disappeared.
What kind of curse is it?
Before Mordred died, he put a curse on Marcus's male descendants. They were to complete his work. One day a golden devoted to evil would be born, who would bring Mordred back to the realm of the living.
And Angelina wanted to have his power. But why, if only the male Gordons were cursed?
Because you're twins. The curse must have somehow got mixed up.
How's that?
I'm sorry. I can't tell you any more, Adrian. It is just an assumption.
What?
Adrian, we've no time to lose. You're the last Gordon of the Marcus lineage. The castle should belong to you. Give me some paper and a pen. There, in the drawer. I must confirm your true identity. Otherwise, no one will know that you're the lawful heir. Hurry. I can feel my strength waning, Adrian. My life's coming to an end.
No, Victoria, please. I need you. I won't know what to do without you.
Without me, you might not have been in this position. We were very thorough when it came to you. He even had you a death certificate drawn up.
Let me guess. Dr. Herman did that.
We made a mistake. Forgive me, Adrian.
It's all right. You only wanted to protect me. But it might have been better if I'd known what it was about. Then I might not have walked into Angelina's trap. What can you tell me about the ritual chamber?
I've never been there myself. But apparently Mordred's power is strongest there. That place is not of this world. It's in the Shade World.
I think me and Angelina, we heard Mordred when we were there.
What exactly happened in the ritual chamber?
Well, I completed all of the tasks. Spilt my blood on the relief.
And did you speak the words?
I think so.
Oh God, Adrian, then the ritual is complete. You've laid open the way for Mordred.
What do you mean? Am I cursed now?
Worse, Adrian. Worse. Mordred's spirit is now in you. Adrian, in you. Oh my God, Adrian, what have you done?
Mordred is inside me? Oh, hell, that's exactly what I feared.
Stay calm. Let's stay calm and think. How do you feel? Is anything different?
Yes, there are these visions. They feel quite real. They're sick, violent, but maybe they aren't anymore. I wanted to go for Murray's throat earlier. That definitely wasn't a vision.
When did you see the White Lady last?
Just now, in front of the castle.
Then you haven't yet done evil. Your heart is still pure. You're strong, Adrian. You've managed to resist, and you must continue to do so. Resist Mordred for as long as you can. He will get stronger and stronger, and you will get weaker. He wants to control you. At some point, he will take control of you.
How can I prevent Mordred from controlling me?
There are only two ways to banish him. Mordred's vessel must be destroyed. You know what I mean by that.
I guess you mean the Samuel variety? A little jump from the tower, directly onto a pointy iron fence. Sounds tempting.
It's certainly the easier option.
Really? What would the difficult one be then?
You have to go back to where everything began.
To the ritual chamber? But it's buried.
Where everything began.
But do you mean where Mordred uttered the curse?
It's all written in the book.
In which book?
I'm so tired, Adrian. I can't go on.
No, please don't close your eyes now, Victoria. Stay awake, please. Just tell me what book you're talking about. A chronicle or the Bible?
The book. Please read it. In the room.
Which room?
Under the ground. The 6 menhirs will point you to the entrance.
Which menhirs?
The path begins there. The path. You have to follow to the end. To the very end.
Do you mean the big stones around the castle?
Stop there. Search at the menhirs. Adrian, promise me.
Yes, I'll do it.
Promise me.
Yes, I promise. Victoria, please wait. There's so much you have to tell me. Victoria.
What are you doing here? How did you get
She's
in?
dying. Do something. Quick!
Leave now.
Lady Victoria Gordon has passed away. She leaves behind an empty place in our hearts. Let us pause a moment and bid her farewell in silent prayer. Dear mourners, as we part, I would like to leave you with a few words to reflect upon. Words which have guided Lady Victoria throughout her life in both good and troubled times. So faith, hope, and love abide, these three, said Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. But the greatest of these is love. Now, as we are saying goodbye to Lady Victoria Gordon, let us do so with these words in mind. Amen. Adrian, my sincere condolences.
Thanks.
Your great-grandmother was a quite extraordinary woman.
Yes, she was.
Upright and of good heart.
Yeah. It's a pity I only got to know her so late.
Better late than never. You are Lady Victoria's only kin, and therefore her sole heir. You can now move into the castle and take some time to reflect, to find some peace, Adrian, and say farewell not only to your great-grandmother, but to your old life, too. If you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Father Frederick.
My condolences, Adrian.
Thanks, Doc.
How are you?
Well, this is the funeral of the last member of my family. That's it. From now on, I'm alone on God's earth. Utterly alone. I suddenly find Mordred's presence in my head a little comforting. He is part of the family, after all.
We could have our session now, if you like.
No, I'd just like to have some space right now. Can we move it to this afternoon?
How about 3 o'clock at my practice?
Okay.
See you then, Adrian.
Adrian Gordon, the last, but not the least. Or maybe he is.
What a great time to say that. But I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
That's right. You even carried your great-grandmother to her grave, who you'd known hardly 3 or 4 weeks. Sorry for your sad loss. That I'm sure you'll get over very quickly. And congratulations on hitting the jackpot.
What jackpot? Do you mean the burned-down castle that I'm duty-bound to rebuild according to the will? Or do you mean my being the last in line of a family of sickos and murderers?
You call it that, but anyone else would call inheriting a magnificent estate and rising up into the nobility an incredible, real stroke of luck. But you were always good at playing the victim.
That's what you think. Any other cop would overcome his prejudices and just look at the facts.
Talking of cops, as you're now a British citizen, I'm afraid I can no longer get you deported. Let me make myself clear. The slightest hint of suspicion, and I'll have you back inside. And that's a promise.
Why do you want to keep me so close to you? Haven't you got any other friends? Why don't you go see Denise more often? That'll take the heat off a bit.
You'll soon stop talking so tough.
Have it your way. And now if you'll excuse me, Inspector, I have to go count my guest bathrooms. This is Sally's grave. Hello, Father.
Adrian, welcome to my church.
Miss Antolini, Victoria's nurse, what do you know about her?
She was sent by the diocese. They have very well-trained nursing staff, competent and trustworthy.
You didn't know her personally?
I know the manageress of the diocese, Mrs. Puft. She's the wife of the brother of the mayoress, Mrs. Puft, her sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you've never met Miss Antolini.
I saw her a couple of times when I visited Lady Victoria. Made a nice impression.
I'm the last Gordon. Sounds like the last Mohican. What does that actually mean to me?
My son, you don't have to remain the last one. It's up to you whether it's the end of your lineage or a new start.
So, if I should decide to become a Catholic priest, then it would pretty much be the end.
You can still think about it. Your inheritance isn't just of a spiritual kind, it's also material. There's also the Black Mirror estate to manage. Presumably also the one in Wales. A huge responsibility, but also a huge gift.
And what about your church? It was built by Marcus Gordon, so it must belong to me now too?
The gift isn't that huge. Marcus Gordon built it, but he was also a loyal son of the church, and always gave everything back that he got from it. Wormhill Church belongs to itself, and, of course, the people here.
I'd like to hear the story about Marcus and Mordred again.
Marcus, a few years it was, but the
right,
were
but
basic
do you know it?
Perhaps, or
Thank you, Father. Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
The correct translation is, "See the Lamb of God that..." I've forgotten the rest again. Hello? No one there. The pane of glass is loose. Huh, I'll take it with me. That was once a window and a door. You can still see the sealant on it. The keys to the castle the notary gave me. I'll leave him in peace for now. I'll leave Ralph in peace for a bit. I'll leave Ralph in peace for a bit. No, I really don't feel like speaking to anyone from the village at the moment. Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I'm Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. But in fact, Miss Angelini has forgotten to give us further instructions.
Instructions? To do with the restoration? I don't know. I haven't managed to have a good look around yet.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first. Well, there is a heck of a lot of building work going on.
So why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Goldens, but it would be nice to know if the good lady left anything behind. I mean, apart from the building work.
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you in front of the castle.
So this is my new home, Blackmere Castle. A little more spacious than my college room and the prison cell, if not that much brighter. I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how? I think this is one of the stand-in... Maybe the layout of the menhirs is important. I'll note it down on my map. I'll lay a piece of paper on the map and use it to note down all the important information. I think one photo's enough. I think one photo's enough. I think the mailman's been here. I'll have a look. A letter and the newspaper. An empty letterbox. A letter addressed to me? Strange. I've only just moved in. The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers. Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. The last one drove me right into the clutches of a head case. The Guardian's third virtue. What the? Ugh. The picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. Ugh. He can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new Lord of the Manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the last descendant of the Gordon family. Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, when I'm rich, I'll throw the paper away. An empty letterbox. Mark the position of this menhir with a cross. I've now drawn in 3 menhirs. That's the 4th one. A ladder. Who knows when it was put here, and why? A ladder. The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy-up. Welcome to the jungle. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten. It's very unusual to put carpet down in a greenhouse. The gaps between the tiles haven't been cemented. The tiles here have only been placed loosely next to each other. What have we got here? A garden hose. Hoses have always brought me luck so far. That was a bucket for water. Maybe I can use it for something else. It looks like the gardener is the murderer, or, like Lewis, got wrapped up with a murderess. A statue. Is that the White Lady? I doubt it, she's too scantily dressed. Oh God, I see her everywhere, even though she's not there at all. Still, it's a shame she's got so dirty. A length of garden hose. Looks about half a meter long. Oh look, a fine piece of English workmanship. Right down to the missing bottom. A statue. Is that the White Lady? Oh God. That must have been one hell of a rake. Now it's just a long wooden stick. The bottom part is broken off. That was probably a rake handle once. If the stick wasn't wood but a magnet, then maybe. But this won't hold. The tiles here have just been placed loosely on there. There's a trap door underneath them. So where does that lead to? Far down, in any case. It looks like an old well shaft. The stick is long enough, but I can't load the case up with it. I need something like a handle. Fits perfectly. Now the bucket has a glass bottom. A bucket with a glass bottom. There's a case on a sort of ledge. Who put that there? I can't reach it. Whoever put that case there didn't want anyone to get it. Who knows what could be moldering at the bottom of this well? There's a draft of warm air rising up from down below. I think it must be wastewater from the castle. If the stick wasn't wood but a magnet, then maybe. a ladder. Who knows when it was put... The castle itself is already sinister enough, but the soot on the facade makes it look like something out of a haunted house backdrop. I ought to get it removed. A lunchbox. I guess it belongs to Greg. There's just a large packet of toothpicks in it. Does anyone have that many gaps in the teeth? Toothpicks. A full pack. All I need is some finger food. Steve, the more industrious of the two workers. I'd really like to know why he's drilling holes in my castle. Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Why are you drilling holes into the castle?
Oh, it's simple. The foundation walls are full of water from extinguishing the fire. They suck it up like a sponge. If we don't get the moisture out of the walls, then the whole castle will start to go moldy.
And the water just runs out of the holes? I can't believe that.
Of course not. I'm drilling the holes for these cartridges. There's liquid in them, which crystallizes in the wall and binds the water.
Oh, right. Do you work for free?
No, sir. But unlike Greg, I believe you've got enough money. You have, haven't you?
I own a castle, don't I?
Oh, of course. I was just saying. I mean, you hear all the stories nowadays about poor nobility, and the castle ain't exactly in tip-top condition.
I'm sorting it out. It's good at least one of them is working. It's good at least... That's Greg. He watches Steve while he works. If I don't pay Greg, he won't work. If I don't pay Greg... Looks like it's broken.
It was those damn long-haired hippies from the next village.
if I don't pay... Tasty. Dried wallpaper paste. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire. A massive block of stone with a secret... The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door. The globe is metal. Why should I draw the globe on my map? Why should I draw the globe on my map? A massive block of stone with a secret... Amazing. The new tiles look as old as the old ones. For some reason, I'm wary of dogs. The entire hall is one big construction site. It's a roll of damp-proof sheeting used in construction. The craftsmen should really cover the floor with it, so they don't make everything filthy. I guess that's no big deal while the place is looking like it is. I'll leave it here. If I do need some of the sheeting, I'll know where to find it. It's a roll of the crafts... I guess I'll leave it here. The Gordon coat of arms. Pretty uninspiring. I'd expected a fire-breathing dragon or a griffin with bloody claws. why this debris was brought into the main hall of the castle and not taken outside will remain an eternal mystery to me. The upper floor is a heap of rubble. The left wing of the castle is really collapsed now.
Dr. Jones's chambers.
Hello, Dr. Jones? Adrian Gordon here.
Wow, Mr. Gordon. What's the score?
About the bail.
Ah, I wanted to call you about that. Sorry, it slipped my mind. A certain Charles Murray from Willow Creek has deposited the bail with the court. Do you know this man?
Only too well. But I wanted to tell you I'd already found that out myself.
Is he a friend of yours? That's good. Very good, in fact. The more supporters you have, the better. That always goes down well with the judge. People with friends and advocates. Terrific. Keep it up.
Yeah. Dr. Jones, you know much about English inheritance law?
Well, yeah, about as much as a boxer knows about synchronized swimming.
So, not at all.
And that's making a favorable comparison. Are you having problems regarding the inheritance? I could ask around for you.
Don't worry. I'll ask the notary. He's bound to know. Goodbye, Dr. Jones.
Seconds away. Next round, Mr. Gordon.
There's probably a mini-bar hidden in there, but I'm not interested in that right now. My family tree. My family tree. At some point I should put my name into the family tree, but not now. My family tree. That's the only part of the library that was damaged by the fire, fortunately. Books about horses, horse breeding, hunting dogs, polo, and so on. The Gordons' hobbies. I'll put in a computer here. All of the books here have Latin titles. Doesn't mean a thing to me. Stories, adventures, and fairy tales. Dickens, Defoe, Anderson, Jules Verne. These are probably the most up-to-date books in this library. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented mighty column. The weight of the castle rests on it. I'd love to have a little bit of a rest. old mural. Looks like the Last Supper. All of the candles are burned right down. Whatever. I wasn't planning on lighting them anyway. The Encyclopedia Britannica, in at least 3 editions. Will there ever be a bigger reference book? Shakespeare dramas, Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedies. This will be the shelf for my comic collection. Bibles and religious texts. Some of the editions look damn valuable. Good that the fire didn't spread through here. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented... Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for. As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the drawers have been pulled out just in case. An empty pot. I'm guessing the guys here have... I have no idea what I could do. Door is closed. I've got the right key here. The door's unlocked. These are pipe clips, like metal cable ties. Extremely useful. I assume that there's wine stored in these barrels, but as old as everything here is, could be vinegar by now. Quick setting foam. industrial quality, particularly suited to damp areas. The castle's almost completely burned down. No wonder it's so filthy everywhere. A stepladder, like you'd use to change a light bulb, or to hang yourself. There's cleaning stuff, just no one to use it. Great, an extension cable. Huh. Why should the cellar light in Blackmare Castle work? The bucket is half full of a white salt, probably for when it's icy. The bucket is half full of a white... A power socket, but does it have an electricity supply? An extension cable, about 8 meters long. Construction foam. Needs moisture to harden. Pipe clips. You can secure pipes with these. I've attached the clamps to the stick. In theory, you could now attach even more stuff to it. A long wooden stick. Excellent. I now have a sort of grappling hook. Not that pretty, but rare. To use all my skill here, otherwise it's gonna fall off of the ledge. Got it. Don't reckon this hole's got much more to offer. A black plastic case. Let's see what's in it. A 10-pound note, a bottle of wine, and, a notebook. Maybe it could tell me something about the owner. Aha! Here on the first page it says, Henry Stanton. What did Henry write about then? Well, that's interesting. He appears to have been some kind of informant. At least, he recorded everything meticulously when he saw any castle residents in the tea room. 3:00 p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4:00 p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman. And it goes on in the same vein. And here's a drawing of a horse. What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot. There were probably pictures hanging here before. Either they were destroyed in the fire, or were taken down to be restored. Bills, bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh, who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican? What? What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy. What are these marks? It looks like mildew. It's really quite pretty, this ostrich egg cup. The clock has stopped, probably during the last century. Ugh, what horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked kids with wings. Maria, the mother of all statues. So, Fury, where's your secret? Hmm, 7 small holes all next to each other. These could be used for ventilation if any of Mordred's colleagues are living in there. But it kinda looks like you put something into them. The toothpicks fit perfectly, but somehow I get the feeling there's more to it than this. Hmm, 6,000 pounds is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. The last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually empty 2 weeks ago. By Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys. An empty envelope with the Vatican crest on it. According to the postmark, it was sent 2 weeks ago. An empty envelope. This is the horse Henry described in his notes. This is the horse Henry described. This is the horse Henry described. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented...
Jones and Partners Chambers. Please leave your name and telephone number. We're in your corner.
Yes?
Is this Mr. Dukes? Notary for inheritance law and whatnot?
Absolutely correct. And you are?
Gordon. Adrian Gordon.
Ah, Mr. Gordon, my condolences once again for the loss of your great-grandmother.
Thanks.
I'm assuming you still have a few questions concerning the reading of the will yesterday?
Mr. Dukes, can you tell me again what exactly is included in my inheritance?
Well, Mr. Gordon, you're the last descendant of the Gordon lineage and inherit the Black Mirror Castle estate and the one in Wales, a few hundred acres of woodland, as well as the assets in the family bank account amounting to £100, with all privileges and responsibilities.
What responsibilities?
The proper management of the woodland, adherence to hunting regulations, maintenance of the property and the garden. Sale is explicitly prohibited. At most, you can hand it over to the church. Nothing outstanding, no debts. Not a bad inheritance at all, don't you think?
I've found bank statements from the Gordon account.
And is something wrong?
No, but I've noticed that every 3 months, a substantial amount of money is paid into it.
There could be many reasons for that. It's not illegal, and also nothing unusual, if you ask me.
I'll be in touch, Mr. Dukes.
Of course, Mr. Gordon.
Durham Gordon. There are some paint buckets drying up here. Who knows if these walls will ever come in contact with it. Let's see. Maybe this Durgam Gordon is here somewhere. Looks like there's no Durgam Gordon among these. The only names are Lillian, Garmer, and Lothar Gordon. The other pictures just have the year. Lillian Gordon was Durgam's wife. Her portrait was painted in 1662. Here's one dated 1659. It could be Durgam. I can't make anything out at first glance. There's nothing unusual on the back either. This must be the portrait of Durgam Gordon. The frame is charred, but the fire doesn't seem to have touched the picture. The piece of frame seems to be loose here. Maybe it got broken in transit. It doesn't look like the piece just broke off accidentally. It was sawed off. What's this? There are 7 small holes here, just like on the stone plinth. Seven small holes. Maybe that's a kind of repair technique. 7 small... A charred piece of picture frame. There are 2 metal pins in it. The toothpicks can be pushed about 2 centimeters into the holes, but that alone won't help me. A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons. A mattress seems to be... Oh, look. Green ghost lamps. Very homely. Boxes full of stuff. I guess no one would have missed it if it'd been burned. Oh. Beautiful 2-handed swords with ground steel blades shoved up on the wall any old way, and also next to an ordinary flail as wielded by mere bandits and riffraff. Whoever hung these weapons here had no idea what they were. can't make anything out at first glance. There's nothing unusual on the back, either. The hole's very in depth. Huh, a great idea. I'll break the toothpicks off at all the same length, and then put them in the holes in the piece of frame. That way I'll have a copy of the key. I have discovered Durgam's secret. A masterful display of improvisation. Maybe not as beautiful as the original, but I hope it works just as well. There you go. It fits. This is the horse Henry described in his notes. This is the horse Henry... This is the horse Henry described. The Guardian's third virtue is mercy. 6,000, the last Valentina... 3:00 p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4:00 p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman. Everything very clearly documented when he saw anyone in the tea room over several weeks. Obviously, Henry Stanton wanted to know when he could get at the horse without being seen. I bet there's something valuable in there.
I just imagining it, or are those actually scuff marks? I heard a clicking sound. Ha! That's it. Wow, a really ancient letter. From Mordred's time. With a coat of arms and a seal. Looks like it was from a king. The letter is from a scribe of Pope Innocent III. It contains instructions for further procedure in terms of the incident with Mordred. Letter from the Holy Father Pope Innocent III to the faithful follower Lord Marcus Gordon, Duke of Blackmere. Esteemed Lord Marcus Gordon, I am writing in great anguish concerning the developments in the case of Mordred. My instructions regarding further modi operandi are to be carried out immediately as follows. Firstly, I demand the utmost secrecy and the sealing of all entrances to the ritual room. Furthermore, an academy will be established to conduct more thorough research into the possibilities for the 5 small portals. Concerning the large portal, all records and documentation are to be sent to the Vatican immediately, as the very foundations of Christendom would be shaken should its existence become generally known. Any talk, thoughts, or writings regarding the Shade Portal shall be deemed an act of heresy and shall be punished in accordance with the rules of the Fourth Lateran Council. Therefore, until the papal revocation to decree otherwise, the Gordons are henceforth responsible for ensuring that no one comes too close to the Shade Portal. With great faith in you and unending trust in God, I send you my apostolic blessing from the Vatican 29 Septembris 1213 on the feast day of the Holy Archangel Michael, Innocent III, formed from the earth, conceived in sin, born to be punished. Should man commit an evil act that is forbidden, a shameful act that ill behooves him, a vain act that is of no use, he shall in the end become fuel for the fire, food for the worms, and a heap of putrefaction. De miseria conditionis humanae, on the misery of the human condition. Someone has written something on the back, but the writing doesn't look as old as on the front. The menhir in the hall must be hidden. The menhirs that stand around the castle seem to be directly connected with the demon gates. I wonder if that's what Victoria was trying to tell me before she died. Whoa, there must be thousands of pounds in here. No one had better know about this. The inspector would have a field day. I'll just take a few bills with me as payment for the useful Mr. Gregg. I'll close the safe again, just in case. Look after my money well, Fury. No, I don't need anything from the safe at the moment. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Adrian. What's up? Have you sorted out the finances?
Why are the books all spread around the floor of the library?
You'll have to ask Miss Antolini about that. She'd often pick up a book. Didn't have much to do by the looks of things. Was reading all the time.
There's no light in the cellar.
Oh no, it's going to stay like that for the time being. The water used to put out the fire, flooded the whole cellar, and there are electrical wires all over. Much too dangerous.
Where's this Miss Antolini got to, anyway? She wasn't even at the funeral.
What do I know? Probably back in the convent. Ask the priest. They're both back for the same team.
And you were asked to renovate the castle by her?
Correct. Headhunted us. We were working for old Murray before. For our hitters. We get twice as much here.
I think that'll be enough to start with.
Yep, that looks good.
Are you gonna continue working now?
That depends. Have you got anything for me?
The facade could do with having the soot removed from it. I'm sure you've got a brush somewhere.
Yes, it's just... Miss Antolini said the facade wasn't that important.
Do I look like Miss Antolini?
All right, Adrian. I'll get to work.
And from now on, it's Sir Adrian, if you will. It's good at least one of them is working. It's good at least... Yes, of course. They built the castle around a menhir. They probably carved the foundation stone directly out of the menhir when it had to be hidden. I'll mark it on my map. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire. The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam.